Hi, I'm Liz, and I talk about understanding crypto at different levels of complexity. Hi everyone, today we're covering crypto gaming. I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm really proud of you if you made the leap over from my TikTok. This is not legal or financial advice. Education and opinions only. Please do not overanalyze what I say. I already do that enough myself to make sure that everything is as clear as possible. Okay, so you and me watching this, we're probably at the same level of understanding about crypto games. I do not game at all, but last week, crypto Twitter was going crazy about crypto gaming tokens going up. So I hopped on to Decentraland, and I'm not even joking, I got immediately sucked in, and my energy level was like,
are you kidding me?
Stormy? You look like mommy, baby.
This exact type of excitement. I hopped in, and I was able to speak to other people near me using audio, voice chat, and just walk around. This is probably more of the gaming aspect than the crypto aspect, but I got really excited about gaming being the way for newbies to understand crypto much more intuitively and not just learn about the boring technical crypto stuff and take forever and ultimately not learn about it at all. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about the crypto gaming industry and why it's such a big deal. By the way, this video is the same flavor of a friend who went to kindergarten for the first time for like one day and trying to explain it to their friend who missed the first day of kindergarten, what kindergarten is like. The slightly more experienced leading someone with absolutely no experience. I promise to make more videos about crypto gaming as I learn more about it so we can learn together. And I'm definitely not going to be using the hoity-toity technical mumble jumble like in my earlier crypto explanation vids, because I'm starting from zero like you guys. So I first heard about crypto gaming when this crypto game called Axie Infinity popped off. The headlines of the news were saying that people in the Philippines were making $2,000 a month, while the average monthly wage in the Philippines is $200 or $300. That's like making $37,000 a month in America, since the average American monthly wage is $3,740. This obviously drew my attention, and so I listened to this podcast called the Crypto Gaming Podcast. They have an episode covering yield guild games, or YGG for short. Before I talk about YGG, let's cover how players earn money in Axie Infinity. Axie's game has been compared to Pokemon because players battle their Axies against other players. Axies have different strengths and weaknesses, and the strategy is understanding your Axie's differences better than your opponents. Also, you can breed your Axies to make new Axies and then sell those for profit to other players. There's more specific ways to make profit, and also there's tokens in the game, but I'm gonna skip over those for now. Axie Infinity pioneered a new play-to-earn model. This model pays you in crypto to play a fun game. This is a great YouTube video called Play to Earn, documenting how it works. In developing nations, it's totally legitimate to make decent income off of this. So Axie has been taking off in Indonesia, Brazil, Vietnam, Venezuela, and India. Axie is not free to play though. And you need to have 3 Axies to start playing. In the beginning, Axies were only under $10, but now the typical Axie is $500. Obviously, $1,500 for 3 Axies just to play the game is a lot of money for those in emerging countries. To draw comparisons with the American dollar, it's as if you as an American had to spend $28,000 to even start playing this game. So this informal system develops where more tenured players with extra Axies to spare can lend you their Axies, and it's kind of like a scholarship so that you can start playing and earning crypto money. And you can slowly pay the Axie owners back. And the more people that play Axie Infinity, the more valuable the Axies become. It's in the Axie owners' best interest to grow the ecosystem. The biggest group of tenured players who banded together to do this is called Yield Guild Games. The founder of YGG says YGG is part Berkshire Hathaway and part Uber. Have you ever looked at Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio? Warren Buffett put See's Candy, Geico Insurance, Dairy Queen, Kraft Heinz Ketchup, Duracell batteries, and other multiple unrelated yet successful companies together. And Berkshire Hathaway is outperforming everything. YGG owns not only Axies, but also 8 other investments in new gaming platforms. YGG is also like Uber because it pairs people who need Axies with people who can provide Axies. There's also other things in the game besides Axies, like swords and horses and land, as NFTs that can be matched to a holder and a user. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Did you know that Coinbase has their own podcast? It's pretty new and only has a few episodes, but I'm so psyched. I also listened to their episode on crypto gaming, where two Coinbase investors interview Amy Wu, an investor focused on consumer products. Axie is a trailblazer, but we can totally expect to see much more interesting models where crypto gaming can make more for its community that hasn't been done yet. And one thought to chew on, Amy said crypto games need to develop incentives beyond play to earn in their game. She reasons that if over 51% of the community is purely profit driven, then the game leans towards being unsustainable long term. She actually threw out some numbers as to why, and touched upon what other existing game developers are challenged by when first thinking about incorporating crypto in their game design. I'm very briefly summarizing a 30-minute podcast, but I recommend you all check it out if you're very interested. This episode was very big brainy and required concentration to follow. In conclusion, my next videos about crypto gaming will probably dive a lot more into the technicals, like game economics, architecture, powerful players, and interesting projects. Click subscribe, like, and send it to a friend so that you two can discuss it. And here are a few videos that I would recommend you watch next. See you soon!